Welcome back, cyber traders, on this lovely Wednesday. Good to see you all. How's everybody doing this morning? Let's get a little chat back. Good to see you all. Everybody can hear me loud and clear? All right, perfect. Good to see everybody on YouTube, Facebook Live again. Let me tell you, yesterday, I'm just going to talk about this TCAT. When we had a couple of nice little moves yesterday, we saw the pump and dump with the meme stocks of Reddit. You know, we saw the GameStop and all those stocks taking some pumps and dumps. But you know, like if you from yesterday in pre-market, like I told you, like we're in like the thick of summer. And the problem with thick of summer is a lot of people going away. It's going to be beautiful here. I know a lot of people are away. I'm actually leaving today, drop my kids off at school today. So, and fortunately, thank God, they're both going to the same college. So it makes kill two birds with one stone. You got to basically see my my car that got packed up. I had to rent the trailer to get them all packed up. So it was a lot of stuff. Anyway, this is the beauty about what's going on right now. Kids are going back to school. A lot of people have to prepare for that. Was not a lot going on in pre-market. But out of all the stocks that we found yesterday, the stock that made the biggest move was TCAT. I want to bring this up. So TCAT, was probably the least favorable stock out of them all as of yesterday. And then all of a sudden, out of just nowhere, and if you were listening carefully in the meetings, in the morning, in the morning meeting, and if you listen to our voice, the more you keep coming there every day, the more you understand, what you're getting. The value you're getting is experience. All right. And the beauty about a lot of you here that are new trial members too, or obviously being being here for a while, how to read between the lines. Okay, for a fact we can't tell you what to buy and sell. It's illegal. You can't do that unless you're registered. But you know how to read between the lines. Listen, my job and my staff's job and Josh's job, we are just the captains of the ship. Okay, and always remember, there's an old saying. You could feed a guy a fish, you feed him for a day. You teach a man to fish, you feed him for life. It's the same thing when it comes to trading. We're going to take you out to there when we know where to look. And it just so happens you're just in the right place at the right time. You got to drop the line. You got to reel it in. You got to do it on your own. We can't do everything because we can't be there all day, all the time for you. And eventually, our goal is, we're not here to lock you in. We're here to, eventually, you're going to graduate and you're going to move on. You're going to outgrow CTU. But you got to know, and some of you, whatever, you want to stay, and that's great. We love you for everything that you've done. But, we don't hold anyone hostage. But the beauty about TCAT is that if you heard what I was saying, I'm like, something's up with this stock. I'm like, I'm looking to get in there. And you could see right here, the stock had a nice push from 560, and then it went all the way up to about 590. I'm like, there's something going on with that. It was at 940. And then all of a sudden, right about here is when I knew something was up, okay? Right around 10 o'clock, I went to 620, all right? And the volume was about 600,000 shares, I guess, right? All of a sudden, things just popped and went and started trading like 8 million shares, and it ran from 620 all the way to 760, and then it ran all the way to about $9. Now, I didn't get, I chased it. I lost some money here, and I lost some money here because I got caught in the shakes, but very, very little, very little. I made most of my money right here, okay, which I think a lot of you guys jumped in from 620 and got out at 760. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but you know what? At 1,000 shares, at a $6,000 investment, you made $1,000. Where the hell are you going to make $250,000? Hell, if you only made half that, okay, half, you made a nice $100,000 salary. That's, I thought, was the perfect play yesterday. And you could see, and let me tell you, I was still skeptical on it because I kept looking at them like, this thing might still go up. And then sure enough, I started making lower lows. I says, I'm done. And then you could see where it ended up closing up around $7 from all the way from that $9 move. So that was fun. And a lot of you guys remember the stock very well because, oops, I shut everything off. Hold on, mute my screen again. I hate when I do that, close all the screens. So let me bring it up. TCAT, for some of you never heard of it before, there's that NFT stock, and we traded it back in March, and it ran from like $3 to almost $75 in about a couple of days. It was a pretty fun stock to trade. So I know people still live in the dream and want to know if it comes back, but that was just one of the stocks. There were a couple other ones out there I want to bring up. I want to bring up the AMC trade. So AMC was another nice rally, another pump and dump stock. Had a great run. I mean, this was awesome going into the afternoon. Granted, ran $10. It's a fast-moving stock. I know a lot of you guys did really well. But she, unfortunately, she stopped right around that 3 o'clock time frame, and then she kind of backed off. So that was the only bad thing about it, because I know a lot of us are still trying to catch on the move over here. And then what we had, the GME, GameStop did the same thing. 170 to 220. So you don't have to trade a lot of those shares to make it very successful, but they were actually pretty fun stocks to trade too. What else did we have? We had the CLOV. That one also, big pop early in the morning, ran from $8 up to $8.60, and then had this nice push in the middle of the day. And like I said, it stopped around 2 o'clock. And then the SPRT was another one that had an early mover. By the way, SPRT is back on the watch list this morning, just to let you guys know. All right. That stock obviously is doing pretty well. So as much as the stocks that we find that are not moving as much in the pre-market, sometimes they're sleepers. All of a sudden they take off right into the afternoon. Now I got out of Pfizer. I don't know what the hell happened. They had great news and this and that, but you know what? I saw this thing starting to drop right here. I got out right around here, around $50. I says, you know what? I don't know what the hell's going on with this thing. I was a big fan with the news on it, getting FDA approval and stuff. So I thought that would be good for the stock. But obviously, buy on rumors, sell on news. And whatever they came out with obviously did not work out too well. And I'm glad I got out of it. So that stock obviously came down right there too. So I got out of that swing. Couple of good day trades though, and swing trades. Donuts doing great. And DraftKings, you could see, has been doing great, making higher highs. So those stocks obviously had some nice pushes too also. By the way, is it ever too late to get into these stocks? You know what? Read between the lines. But one thing I do want to point out is this, okay, before we go through today's watch list. Couple of things, couple of announcements that are going on, first of all. Today, you got phase two with Josh. Okay, very important. The topic's going to be how to best prepare before you trade, okay? Now, you know that the most valuable asset you're getting with CyberTrade University is not the trading room. The trading room is just, taking everything learned over the week and making it work. You got to be in class, okay? And also, a couple of things. If you guys want to know about our classes, they're live, everything, just talk to Education Advisor, tell you a little bit about it if you're a trial member watching YouTube. Also, very important, I'm not going to call out any names, Kelly G, all right? But do not trade in class. You're there to learn. Remember, next week I'll do phase 3. I purposely get into bad trades because I want to see how you guys are going to handle it. Remember, our goal is not to teach you how to make money, which sounds ridiculous. Our job is to teach you how to stop losing it. When you stop learning how to lose, that's how you start making it. So do not, and I repeat, do not trade when you're a student in class. You got all day to trade. You got that 1 hour to focus your 110% attention to what's going on in class. So please do not do it. We're going to keep saying it. And if you do it in class, we're going to call you out. All right. And don't take it in a bad way. We might even kick you out of the room. Listen, we're teachers. We're here to, we do it because we love you. Just remember that. We don't do it because we're trying to abuse you or insult you. We do it because we love you and we care. And that's why we do it. So I just want to clarify that. Now let's get right to some of the stocks I'm moving this morning that are on the watch list. So, by the way, there's a couple of shorts that are moving on too. So we got this CPOP trade that's moving right here. That stock is obviously moving pretty nicely. There was a couple of big iceberg orders. I'm going to bring it up over here. There was a guy over here. He looks like he pulled his order, but he was out there at 548, and there was another guy here at $5. Looks like he actually got executed, and the stock is going down. So I'm a little concerned about the CPOP. We got the Spirit. That obviously is doing pretty well. SPRT. It's got, I'm looking at yesterday's resistance levels right around here, which is right around 1435. Do I see anybody out there? Not really. Yeah, well, actually, no, I take it back. Yeah, there's this guy right here who's been out there all morning for 1448. It's not a lot of shares, though. 5,000? I don't know. It's probably a lot what's averaging showing on tier size of 100. You know, when everyone's looking to buy 100 shares and someone's selling 5,000, yeah, that is actually that is an iceberg order. So we got that one. SAVA. Okay, so this stock was on the watch list, and you know, and looking at it, looks like a nice short. I know it's expensive, you know, but we do have some traders here that can trade expensive stocks, so we try to appease everybody. You know, there's some of you here that might say, oh, it's a little too fast, whatever it is. Yes, and there are fast stocks, and eventually when you get good at it, you're going to want to trade a fast stock because sometimes, you know, playing the dollar hands at the blackjack table is just not fun anymore, okay? But you got to learn before you could earn. So SLVA has been doing a really nice trend. It's got some big support levels here, which you could see right around here, around the $80 price range. Is there a big guy? Yeah, there is somebody out there. You could see it looks like this guy got executed 82, but the 80, you can see the big iceberg orders right there between there. So looks like that's your support. Breaks that, the stock can go down, probably down in the 70s. All right, mid 70s. You got that one. Another short that came up on my watch list was this EY. I don't know if it's on your short list, but this stock has taken a nice little hit this morning. It's kind of holding some support levels. Volume is okay, 1.2 million, 120,000 shares. And then, my God, who would ever think Dick's Sporting Goods would be at $130? This thing is just breaking all-time highs. I mean, this stock is just doing phenomenal. And you know what? It kind of makes sense because what sporting goods stores are around anymore? You guys remember Harrow's? Okay, do you guys remember, not Harrow's, there was another one, shoot, forgot the name of it, long time ago. But Modell's went out of business. They really don't have that much competition out there. You know what I mean? Other than, you know, maybe Cabela's, Herman's. That was it, Patrick. Thank you very much. I knew I was close. Thank you for sharing that. You know, you have Cabela's out there, but they're a different kind of animal. You know what I mean? Gold Medal Sports. Look at that. Now everyone's starting to come out of the woodworks. They don't really have that much competition out there. So kind of makes sense why they've been doing really well on their earnings. But anyway, there's all the stocks we want to trade we can afford. Remember, not only could day trade here, which we're trying to do, but you're going to learn how to swing trade invest. So go out there and do it. All right, guys, listen, don't forget, class today. Don't trade in class. Don't get too crazy. Make your money. Don't try to hit home runs. If you're watching this video later, you know, or maybe you're watching us recording, you all know that you could trade in the morning. You can also, you know, and if you're not an early bird or maybe at different parts of the world, you could see what moved in the afternoon. You could trade the afternoons, but there's always a time for everyone to trade. Just, you know what? Just try not to, you know, you don't have to. It's not a full-time job, and that's the beauty of it. Guys, good luck. Be safe. Let's go make some money, and we'll start commentating in the room in the next 15 minutes. And everybody on YouTube, Facebook Live, we'll see you back here at 2:30, all right? Thanks, everybody, for listening, and we'll be back.